Shalom Aleichem, Sfeedis friends. This year should be a special schus for Shmuel Alexander ben Echagittel, Simcha ben Echagittel, Gil Shoshana bas Echagittel, and Yisrael Daniel, Rabbi Yisrael Daniel ben Sheinadina, the Bracha Batzlach B'chol Masei Yedeim, and Rabbi Avram Yitzchak ben Esther, Rabbi Yosef Ezer ben Esther. They should have such success in everything in life, Yimei Hashem, them and their families. We'll be learning B'siyata D'Shmaya, the union of Nezirus, based on the Sefer Di Be'er, Vagon Agadol, Rabbi Yitzchak Man. And it's his Yortzeit, Yudalet Sivan, one of the great Rosh Yeshiva of our door, Amish, Mufla. And that really is the segue to start our shir, that the Torah says, Daber b'nai Yisrael marteliam isha kiyafli lindor neder nazir lahazir laHashem. Speak to the sons of Israel and say to them, a man or a woman who is mafli to make a neder of a nazir lahazir laHashem. So the Chora, why does it have to say Nazir lahazir laHashem? Just say lahazir laHashem. What's the Nazir lahazir laHashem? So, Chazal already, the Irish in the beginning of the Nedarim for Yadis Nezirus, for Parsha Lashon of Nezirus. And the Daf Yud Zayin, we learn Nezirus, Pesoch Nezirus, multiple Nezirios. But we have to understand Pshuto Shel Mikra. Nazir lahazir laHashem. It's good enough to say lahazir laHashem with the Nazir lahazir laHashem. So we can explain this, says Raman, beautifully, based on the Gemara in Meseches Nedarim, Tesamid Beis, Nazir Dalid, famous Maisa, Shimon HaTzadik sees a Nazir, and he's gorgeous, he has beautiful hair, handsome guy, and he says, why'd you become a Nazir? Nazir has to cut off all of his hair, and he says, I was walking by a well, and I saw my reflection, and I said, I am so beautiful. Oh my gosh, the sins that this could lead me to. So then and there I made a neder that I'm going to be a Nazir l'Hashem. How can you have gaiva in a world that's nisht fardir? It's not your world. I'm going to just cut you off. That's it. Shimon HaTzadik was spoiled from this. He was so impressed, and he said, this is a guy, I'm going to eat his Asham Nazir Tameh. Because like the Gemara says, normally when someone makes Nezirus, they might be mischaret, they might regret it afterwards, and then the carbon that they bring is not 100% a kosher carbon because they didn't really want to become a Nazir in the first place because they regretted it. It's not completely possible, but it has a pagam. But this guy, he was mamish kochen. He was on fire, farbrent for Hashem. I'm going to eat his Nazir Tameh. If he gets Tameh, I'm going to eat his Asham, and everything is going to be fine. Nothing to worry about. He's not going to regret it. Holy, holy Nazir. So, what's pshat in this story? So normally, when you have a Maisa Mitzvah, the Maisa Mitzvah is independent. And in addition, you also have Kavanas HaMitzvah. Famous Chakir and Achronim is the Kavanah par and parcel, the Maisa Mitzvah not. Let's go with the Tzigang, with the Mahalach, that the Maisa Mitzvah is Pashtus. Torah says to do the Mitzvah. And the Kavanah is something separate. It's a different element. So that's in every Mitzvah. The Maisa Mitzvah, and then there's the Kavanas HaMitzvah. When it comes to Nezirus, there's a special in you. That the Kavanah is part and parcel of the Mitzvah. It makes a different Cheftz of a Nazir. If he has a special Kavanah, then he becomes a real different type of Nazir than somebody who doesn't have the Kavanah, proper Kavanah L'Shem Shemaim. And that's Pshat. Lindor Neder Nazir. How do you become a Nazir? When it's Lahazir LaHashem. When it's for God. If he's doing it LaHashem, then he's a true Nazir. So therefore the Pasuk could not have said Lindor Neder Lahazir LaHashem. Then you would have missed out on the Nazir. Because it's telling us this special Chalois. It's a different Cheftz of a Nazir. It's a different type of Nazir. You know how to become a Nazir if it's Lahazir LaHashem. That changes your Nezirus. So you see, by Nezirus, there's a special union of Kavanah. It's Chal on the Guf Nazir. Look in the Orach Chaim HaKadosh, what he says. I love the Orach Chaim HaKadosh. And we can also explain why Shimon HaTzadik ate from his Asham Nazir Tameh. Because we explained that other people are going to regret it afterwards. And Shimon HaTzadik didn't want to eat because, maybe their neder wasn't such a good neder in the first place, so he didn't want to touch their Asham Nazir Tameh. because maybe it was chulin bazara. It wasn't a proper carbon because they regretted they had some Nezirus because it's a big hassle. They become tamei and they have to buy the animal. It's a lot of money, and then it waits again. It becomes tamei again. He has to start counting again the days. Expense here and there. They're all run around. He doesn't want it, so he regrets it. So Shimon HaTzadik didn't want to get involved with such a Nazir tamei. But in our case, Shimon HaTzadik said, "No, this guy I'm going to need his Nazir tamei." But wait a second. As the rush is already merames to this kasha, maybe he's going to be mischar right afterwards. Seder, he brought the Yashim Nazir tamei. Shimon HaTzadik eats it, but until he becomes pure, he can still regret this Nezirus. Maybe become tamei 7 times, and he's just going to say at the 7th time, say, "Well, I wish I wouldn't have done this." How does he know that this guy is not going to do that? Not going to regret it ever? So the answer is maybe that's what the Torah is telling us here. Nazir lahazir l'Hashem. You know how we know that he's going to become a proper Nazir? He's not going to regret it if it's lahazir l'Hashem. If he has special kavanah, just l'shem shemayim with no external motivations, just for God, he's going to remain a Nazir. He's not going to regret it. Nothing to worry about. Shimon HaTzadik, estem fleish. He's eating that meat, no problem, no problema. No chash charata. So we move forward to a very interesting Rashi in Targum Onkelos. Ishki Yafli, they say that it means that he's meforesh. Hare yeforesh. He explains. Yafli explains. When he explains that he's making a neder become a Nazir. Normally, what does Pella mean? What does Yafli? Something you don't explain, something hidden. B'mumfla mimcha al sidrosh. Don't, darshan, don't expand what's beyond you. Mufla is a lashon of hiddenness. So what's Pshat Rashi is fakert, as they say in modern Hebrew, afuch al afuch. Afuch al afuch, just the opposite, exact opposite. Mufla means hidden, and Rashi says, no, mufla is explicit, explaining. It says in Sefer Shoftim, Manoach and the Malach, he asks his name, he says, why are you asking my name? V'hu Peli. It's hidden. Pel is hidden. So what's Pshat it? Oh, Pel is explained. Strange. Rabbi Tarfon in the Dharma Daf Yotesam at Beis says there that if 2 people make a neder of Nezirus, one guy says, I'm a Nazir if this guy is Ploni, the other guy says, I'm a Nazir if this guy is not Ploni, they don't know who he is exactly. Not good. Doesn't count. Why not? Shalom nitna Nezirus el hafla. Nezirus was given for hafla. In other words, it has to be clear. And if it's not clear, it doesn't count. And we say, fakert. It's the best Nezirus if it's not clear, because that's what the word pella means. It's hidden. No. Ritarvin says, Shalom nitna Nezirus el hafla. It's only for hafla. What do you mean it's only for hafla? It has to be hidden. No, it has to be clear. Hafla means hidden. So why does Rabbi Tarfon say that it has to be clear? None of that. The lashon. That's why Nezirus was given for hafla. That it should be clear that that's the whole pshat in Nezirus. Nezirus was given. You become close to Hashem. You become a Nazir. You do the right thing. You do the mitzvah. It wasn't given lahafla. That's the whole fisha. Only in Nezirus. The whole Nezirus was only given for hafla. It's a mud in the lashon. Also, we have a famous concept of mufla samach lish. What's mufla samach lish? A cotton, a 12-year-old can already make a neder because he's samach lish. Rashi says, nida mem vavam and aleph, yoidei lefarish l'shem mi nodar. He knows to explain who you're making the neder to. Nachamal, mufla means hidden. And here Rashi says it means to explain. Not only that, we darshan, ishki yafli prat lo onus. Ishki yafli prat. How does yafli exclude onus? What's onus? Forced. It was extenuating circumstances. How is yafli precluding onus? What does one have to do with the other? And not only that, it says in Chagiga and Daf Yud that Rabbi Elazar Omer that in the Dorim, it says in the Torah twice, ki yafli. So that one is la iser nedarim and the other is la heter nedarim. Has ki yafli heter nedarim? Ki yafli, when you're making this neder, that's iser nedarim. So how's it saying that la heter nedarim? It says that in Rashi, he's making hafla that the neder, this is going to be aser, and then he's making a Second hafla, but lo l'das kain. I didn't mean it. What does it mean? He's explaining why. And it's explaining. First, he explains why it's asr. Making the neder, that is a clear explication of the isr. And then he explains why it should be mutter. So what does the heter have to do with the perish? Why is he getting the heter? He's getting the heter because he made a mistake. He's not getting the heter because he made a perish. The heter is because of the mistake, not because of the perish. So what is pshat? That Rashi says, "Achas kishapiresh v'nader v'asar atzmo b'neder, v'achas shechoizer mefarish b'fnei chacham." And he said, "I make this neder and it was a mistake." So the heter isn't because of the explanation. The heter is because of the mistake. The explanation is the means to know that it was a mistake. I don't know. Rashi says, "Achas le'isr, achas le'heter." It's all around the hafla. Everything revolves around the hafla. What's so gewaldig about the hafla? We don't even know what hafla means. Is it hidden? That's what's hidden from us. The whole thing is a pellet. So based on what we explained, we could say gewaldig. Says Rav Man. That it says ishki yafli is takalosh nister. What's the nister? The nister is das. Person has das for Hashem. He's making this neder l'Hashem. That's klape l'Hashem, and that's something ne'elam. Now, this hafla, we have das l'Hashem, which is ne'elam. That is the opposite of ones. Ones is when you don't have das l'Hashem. Ones is he was forced. It was extenuating circumstances. But the hafla is like we said, that it's something hidden. And what's hidden? Das l'Hashem. Nazir lahazir l'Hashem. You don't know what's going on in the person's mind. You can't read minds. But the das is hidden. Nazir lahazir l'Hashem. Prat la'ones, says the Sifri. Beautiful. Ones is not l'Hashem. So the hafla, taka excludes ones. Because the flaw is that you have this das l'Hashem, hidden das l'Hashem. And then the ones is that it's not l'Hashem. So if it was not l'Hashem, it's not chal in the first place. It doesn't count. And now we understand this cotton. Why a cotton can make a neder. Normally cotton doesn't do mitzvahs. But it revolves around kiyafli. If he has das l'Hashem, if you can have proper das, you can make the neder. He has this hidden das. And we also understand achas leheter v'achas le'isr. That the heter, the isr, is that he has das to aser himself. And the heter is that he has das to be matir himself. What's the das? That he was a tos. There was a lack of das. And that's the heter. So really, the Isser and the Heter both revolve around the Hafla. Because the Hafla, based on our Mahalach, is the Das. That's the hidden Das. So when the Isser is Chal, it's because he had Das to Aser. And when he wants to make a Heter, he says, I had no Das, it was a Tos. It was a Graz, it was a mistake. Lack of Das, oh, you have a Heter. So the heter revolves around the hafla. Was it a proper hafla or not a proper hafla? And now we can understand Ishki Yafli Yafarish. Ishki Yafli is Yafarish. Why is it Yafarish? Because if he's Mefarish, that revelation shows us that there's something hidden. That revelation shows us there's something hidden. How do you know something is hidden? Because you have the revelation. You have the Mefarish. Rav Man writes, the mitchsiv bekroish ki afli dainu asiyas davar ne'elam beneder miza'atzmo mavur sheyesh kan davar mefurish v'galui shebo ish davar nistar. This gilui shows you something is being hidden. Shkol yosei nistar machman sheish davar galuyu v'ueno galui u'boy legilui k'dei sheyeh nistar. You need some sort of gilui to show that he's hiding something. It's really two sides of the same coin. And that's what it means, ish ki yafli. This person has to be mefarish. He has to say something to show us that there's something else that's hidden. So Pella is really both. It's revealing in order to show there's something hidden. What's revealing? The words that he says. What's hidden? What's hidden is his das Lashem. So really both sides. It's revealing and hiding. We understand Lashon of Rabbi Tarfon. L'fishalo nidna Nezirus ela hafla. What's the hafla? L'fishalo Nezirus ela hafla. Nezirus was given taka for the hafla, for the proper das. And we can see this in the Medrash in Bamidbar Rabbah, Parasha Yudos Yotes. It's in the Kli Yakar, but in the Sefer Divrei Shol, he says that it was already in the Medrash Rabbah earlier. Then it says in the Malach of Shimshon, Lama zeh tishal shmi v'hu peli. Because a Malach is called Hashem Shlichuso. And here, what was the reason he was being made a Malach? Tell them they're going to have a Nazir. So that's Peli. Lama zeh tishal shmi v'hu peli. Ish ki yafli. It's going to be a Nazir here. And therefore his name is Peli. Hashem Nezirus Shu Peli. But the Chorah, the ki yafli, is on the Maisa Nezirus. Kabbalas HaNezirus Beferish. And the Nazir, and Shimshon was a Nazir Mibeten. And a Malach was coming to tell us about the Metzias HaNezirus, not on the Maisa Nezirus. The Yafli is on the Maisa Nezirus. And he's telling us about the Metzias of the Nezirus, that Shimon's taka going to be a Nazir Mibeten, not there's going to be no Maisa Nezirus. That there's this there's hafla. There is no hafla. It's a Metzias of Nezirus. That's what they're telling, that this child's going to be a Nazir. So what does that have to do with Ish ki Yafli? So in fact, the pasuk is talking about the Maisa Nezirus. Ish ki Yafli is the Maisa Nezirus. But you know why there's a Maisa Nezirus? You know what the Yesod is? You know what the root of this is? That Bechalos Nezirus, there's a davar Peli v'nister. And that's Lahazir Lashem. And the Iker Nezirus of Shimshon, that comes from Hashem, was a Nezirus Lashem. Davar HaNister Sheb'Nezirus. And this is a Pele. The Nister Sheb'Davar. So, normally, Yafli is the Maisa Nezirus. But what does Yafli mean? Something hidden. And what's hidden? It's Yir Lashem. And that was the essence of the Nezirus of Shimshon. Shimshon was a special Nezirus Lashem. Unique Nezirus Lashem. Without even a Kabbalah. He was just born that way. So that's what the Malach was saying. That this is a Peladika hidden Nezirus, a very, very holy Nezirus that have rules. A long article about this we once wrote. That Nezirus Shimshon has rules all of its own. We have to find out where they come from, but it's a Peladika Nezirus. It comes straight from Shemayim. So that's the Yafli. So we have just to understand the pshat in this pasuk. Ki Yafli lindor neder nazir lahazir Lashem. That's what our avodah was to explain. We should be zocher mitzvah Shem. Lilmodu lelamed lishma v'lasus. Or the kaim is called Divrei Salma to us to be a hava, amen, amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.